ਕਾਸ਼ਿਸ ਖਾਨ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਗਾ। ਇੱਕ ਕਲਾਸੀਕਲ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਹਨ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕਲਾਸੀਕਲ ਗਜ਼ਲ ਵੀ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਤਬਲਾ ਵੀ ਵਜਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਕਲਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਲਾ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਾਣ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਸ਼ਿਸ ਖਾਨ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਅਮਿਕਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। आओ इन्हां नाल गलबात करिए। साडी गलबात आज अंग्रेजी विच जारी रहेगी। Cassius Khan and Amika, welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
You know, I've watched your videos, I've watched you perform, and today I'm so happy and honored that you're here in our studio. And I'm also excited because I saw you bring in your instruments, so I know there's something special planned for today.
Yes.
So Cassius, before we talk about you, okay, I want to talk about this beautiful lady sitting next to you, Amika, your wife.
Yes.
And she is also an artist. Amika, you're a Kathak dancer, choreographer, performer, instructor, and you play the harmonium.
Yes, I do.
So tell me, the two of you, about this beautiful collaboration of two artists as husband and wife.
Go ahead, Amers.
I will start off by saying that it's been the last 13 years that Cassius and I have met, been working together. And ever since the first time I played harmonium for him, it's been pretty easy because I play by just listening to what the singer is singing. So I can follow the voice very, very, very well. And that makes it really fun. So even if he sings the same composition, 2-3 concerts in a row, every time it's different. So he has the room to improvise, and I have the room to improvise and catch what he's going to be singing.
So it's constant musical chemistry and personal physical chemistry.
That's
all
right.
in one package.
All in one package.
That's
yes.
right.
All in one package.
Even for me, when I have to, I started to play tabla for her Kathak, and so she teaches me all of these compositions, and then I stay up the entire night trying to figure them out. So it's been a challenge for me to learn how to play tabla for Kathak because I've never done that before prior to meeting her.
But if anyone can do it, you can do it.
Oh, I hope so.
I read somewhere quoted that Cassius Khan is the tabla tornado.
Oh yes.
Tornado,
That's what they say.
yeah, someone
You're the tabla
penned that
tornado,
for
so
him.
you can do it. She's the Kathak tornado, you're the tabla tornado, and together you guys are one amazing, not natural disaster, but a natural phenomena.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank
You can
you.
quote that next time.
All right.
Natural phenomena. So no, but seriously, this amazing collaboration of the two of you, and it's almost so romantic because you see it in Hindi movies where the artist is playing the tabla and the female is dancing, and it's
Right.
this amazing harmony. And Cassius, you're so talented, as is your wife, and you have this amazing talent of singing ghazal, classical ghazals, and then playing the tabla at the same time.
Yes.
My mind can't even comprehend doing one thing at one time, and you do both. And this is something that is unique to you in this entirety of the classical world. So
Yes.
tell me about this talent and where did it come from?
Actually, when I was a kid, I used to do it all the time. And to me, it wasn't a big deal because I just found a natural affinity to rhythm and a natural affinity to melody. So my father had some instruments at home when I was a kid. I used to, prior to that, bang on all my mom's pots and pans. I think she
Right.
also saved a couple of pots. And then when I started to play the tabla and sing, it wasn't a big deal to my parents because they see it all the time. But it wasn't until I met my gurus that they said, "Oh my God, did you know that nobody else is
Wow.
doing this?" And I said, "I had no idea." I mean, I've seen some dholak players that play and kind of sing along, but not very well. But so they told me, they said, it's time for you to work on this all the time and to make this your trademark.
And who were your gurus?
My gurus were the late Mushtari Begum.
Yes.
She was my teacher of vocal. And her brother Rukhsar Ali is my tabla teacher even today. And then Mushtari Begum's husband, the late Sheikh Mohiddin, was my harmonium and teacher
So
as
you
well.
were just guided by some of the most amazing artists and
yes,
gurus
yes.
in this. And you have a trademark. It's called the Taranam Angayaki style. That is your thing. That is Cassius Khan. Tell us a little bit, for those of us who don't know about this style of music, tell us about this.
Actually, Taranum Angayaki was most popularized by a Pakistani ghazal singer named Farida Khanum, and I always loved how she did it. However, the reason why it's different in my case is because I play the tabla and sing Taranum Ang. Taranum Ang basically means that there's no time when you're singing. It's like if you hear a hir in Punjabi, and there's no tabla in the background, so they just kind of sing. It's like an alap. So basically, Taranum Angayaki is the same. So for example, if I'm playing a rhythm, and if I go one, and if I'm just talking to you, and I decide that I'm still talking to you, and I'm having a good time talking to you, and but I still have rhythm. So this is basically what it's like. I'm not doing things in time while I'm talking to Mandeep. See? So,
and that is how Mandeep would probably do it. And I wasn't even on beat.
Awesome. Wow.
No, that was all by mistake. I was actually trying to be in rhythm.
You were. That was fantastic.
So that is amazing. And you know, you've performed all over the world, the both of you have. And you know, you've won some amazing awards and given some amazing titles. And you know, I was reading that Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt and his, who is a Grammy Award winner, and his son, who was nominated for a Juno, gave you a specific title, and they said, "This is Ustad Cassius."
Well, I was very humbled by it. I didn't expect that to happen. We were in Jaipur, and after I had played with Salil, there was a lot. That was my first time that I played in an Indian classical music festival in India. So a lot of them knew that I was Canadian, and so in the front row we had all of the greatest maestros that I could think of sitting in the front row.
And they knew you were Canadian, they knew you were from the West.
Right. Okay. And the first time that a Westerner, basically a Western Indian, is coming to India to play in a classical music festival, that doesn't happen. So so they were so excited, and I think Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt and Salil Bhattji just kind of did me a big favor. They went onto the mic and said that because Cassius sings ghazals, he plays tabla, he also plays for his wife who dances, he also plays for classical, he plays for jazz, he plays for rock and roll, he plays for blues and everything else. So they said that in our minds, as far as it comes to ghazal and tabla combination, you're an ustad, which was, I still think I have about another 35, 40 years to go before I can even consider that I would know anything.
That's just safe to say you're off to a very good start, my friend. Very, very good start.
Thank you.
And Amika, you know, between the two of you, you guys have performed in over 20 countries, and you've like you said, you've collaborated with EDM artists, rock and roll, rap, all sorts of country, all sorts of different collaborations you've done. So Amika, how has this experience been for the two of you and your art and your bond, this musical bond over the last few years?
It's been really wonderful. I unfortunately did not join Cassius on the 20-country tour that he did before he met me, actually. And,
oh wow, that was even before. Okay.
Exactly. But since we've been working together, we have done a fair bit of traveling within Canada and the US, especially some in India, and it's been very fun to travel with Cassius. Like, his personality on stage is his personality off stage.
Which is very personable and very likable and very fun.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. And so traveling is fun. We're together. We get to bond a little bit more in a different way. And then the respect that everybody has given us in different cities has been very humbling. And it's a very humbling
a night
experience.
at home with the two of you, you know, do you guys, is the art constantly on your mind and you're constantly creating, and your dinner conversation is about the next new thing?
Actually, to be honest, no, not really.
Not at all.
We barely practice together.
We read each other so well on stage,
That's
especially when it
amazing.
comes to Cassius's singing. Like, I just follow him.
That's amazing.
I mean, for me, however, to accompany Amika and Kathak, then I have to practice a lot because the compositions are specific and they're also not of my gharana. So there's completely different. Dance compositions are very different. I like them so much that sometimes I use them when I'm performing my own tabla
He takes
solo.
from you. And speaking of your music, in 2011, your album, which was your Ghazal Tabla album, Mushtari Live Concert, it was nominated for the 2011 Western Canadian Music Awards for World Album of the Year.
Yes, that was quite humbling.
What a
wonderful
lots of humbling experiences in your journey. You know, and you're also hailed as Canada's like multifaceted Indian classical musician. You know, which you are because of all your collaborations, all your various talents. What is your favorite, most memorable moment in all these collaborations you've done and all these performances you guys have done together? What do you think, apart from today's interview and talking to me, stands out as the most memorable moment in your career?
Well, for me, of course, I've worked with some of the greatest musicians. But for me, I think the greatest moment was when I worked with Alan McElwain, who is a blues and R&B singer. Because my dad had her album when I was a kid, and she had this song called "We the People," and I used to go, "Oh my God, if only I could play tabla to a song like that." 30 years later, I'm playing with Ellen McElwain in that song on stage. So that was pretty humbling for me.
That is
So-
amazing. That is truly amazing. And you know, before we take a break, and I also want to say that you and your wife also teach. So you teach this art, and the beauty is that you're right here in BC. You live in
That's
US.
right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you teach kathik, you teach tabla.
Yes, and vocal.
Yes,
And vocal.
we
harmonium,
always
vocal,
we always
tabla.
encourage people, you know, sometimes because Vancouver is such a big spread out city, and some people think, oh, I'm not going to come all the way in US to learn, and I just reflect back to my life when we used to travel all the way to India to learn. So
Right.
you know, nowadays we're very fortunate that
so
the city
accessible.
is very populated with
It's so accessible.
wonderful talent.
And
yeah.
speaking of all the different things you guys are involved with, there's also the famous Mushtari Begum Festival, which is happening this weekend, actually, in September. And it was to kind of keep Indian classical music alive here in
That's right,
Canada.
yeah.
Yes.
So really quickly before the break, because we have something special planned for our audience after the break,
That's right.
tell us a little bit about the festival. Tell us where people can get access to tickets and things like that for the festival. Tell us about the Mushtari Begum Festival.
Do you want to say?
Sure. The Mushtari Begum Festival started 4 years ago. This is our 4th year. And it started not only as a commemorative memorial concert for Cassius's guru Mushtari Begum, but also as a platform for new emerging artists, for established artists, something to bring classical music community together in Vancouver and perhaps in Western Canada especially. Our dream is that it can grow and we can pull in more amazing talent from all across the world to promote it and show it to the audience.
And also, we're coming up really quick on the break, but who is performing at the festival aside from the two of you, and where can we get more information about the festival?
Okay, well, besides from Amika and I, who perform every year, we have some amazing young talent. We have Sharanjit Singh Mand, who will be playing the sitar. We also have a young gold medal winning artist. His name is Kaushik Sivaramakrishnan, and he plays the Carnatic violin, and he's playing with Abhishek Iyer on the mridangam. So this is our first time having mridangam in the festival, which is quite awesome.
Wow.
And then of course we have Kirti Arneja, who you know very well.
Yes.
She'll be with me singing a ghazal, and we also have Davinder Namthariji, who's an incredible Dilruba player that lives in Vancouver. So he'll be.
Yeah.
And
here
information
for
on the festival, the website?
The website is mbfestival.ca, and artist information and any other information is
all
available
on there.
there.
All right, so we're going to take a little break. After the break, you guys are going to put on a special, exclusive live performance for us right here at Let's Talk Joy TV.
You got
Fabulous.
it.
We'll be
Fabulous.
right back after this break.
Thank you.